Hello and welcome everyone to Let's Play Tomb Raider 3 Remastered. So that's 115 speaking. Before I'll do any introductions, we just had to take care of that little problem. So guys, I'd like to welcome you to today's Temple of Puna. This is gonna be a very brief level, and that's why I decided to release it on the same day as Madubu Gorge. It just didn't feel right to leave you guys hanging before the finale of the South Pacific chapter. In this level, we are gonna find its one and only secret, unlocking the Codex of Polynesia achievement. We are also gonna get our hands on both crystals in this level, then the remaining 11 goodies. Of course, if you do not find its only secret, you're gonna be at a far lower amount of goodies, and we are gonna land 8 or potentially more kills. We'll see how things turn up, but I have a plan to ensure that it's 8 and not any more, because you can kill an infinite number of enemies in this level, and I'll explain more about that later. Achievements wise, it's a bit more interesting because there are 4 achievements, one called Ora Dagger just for pretty much wrapping up the South Pacific chapter, one Codex of Polynesia for finding the very final secret of South Pacific. But the 2 interesting ones have to do no time to rollerblade to overcome a particular trap, I think around under 40 seconds or so. And then the second achievement, called Faceless Death, will ask us to tackle the final boss of South Pacific in a particular way. That will be the hardest and the trickiest part about this, but I think I have a good strategy, okay? So that's essentially it. I would also like to switch this time for the Desert Eagle weapon. MP5 Supreme Range help us out, but now we just need to... Oh! Kill that guy quickly. Did you see that blow dart passing right next to us? That was really vicious. So we are back again to fighting the local tribals with blowguns, those that can poison us. Absolutely annoying, as if the Auras or Nagas from the previous level weren't enough. Now we find ourselves at a bit of a crossroads. We cannot go here, which is by the way a slide that leads to the final fight of the level. We'll need to loop in back once we unlock it. Or we can also find a dead end over here with a couple of breakable tiles that, however, are not yet breakable. I find this really interesting, and that's why on the stat screen you've seen so many breakable objects. These are the ones. There is a way to break them, it's a bit specific, but I'll cover that later on. So our only means of progressing is to go where the tribesmen were. Now be very careful. The moment you'll climb up here, you'll be faced with yet another one. And again, I can't recommend Desert Eagle enough if, like me, you are very stingy about, you know, breaking your no medpacks streak. Oh my goodness, I could have seen that dart piercing our flesh, but apparently that's not what happened. Very good. By the way, in case you're wondering where this level's one and only secret is, it's behind this door over here. Oh, you can see a box of flares behind it. For that, we'll need to jump here and shimmy. It will only open once we loop back to the beginning of the level and face some more tribal warriors, okay? Now, since this is a very short level, we are already approaching its sort of central trap, and that's, oh boy, this. But first, I'd like to pick up a medpack, and I'm going to show you a way in which I believe we can unlock the No Time to Rollerblade achievement. But let's see if I remember this pattern I have developed correctly. If it doesn't unlock, well, it will be a little bit awkward. Let's see. Press the button, Miss Croft. Thank you. And now immediately run forward just once. Stay like this. Awesome. Let's do the same thing over here. And let us use the opportunity to jump over these. We gotta be very quick. This is where sprinting will come into play. Oh! Woo! Okay, and the final button over here. And this way, we might as well... Ah! No! Well, we did unlock the achievement. No time to rollerblade. Okay, so it was under 40 seconds. Not that we survived, but yeah, I was really hoping we could make it before the blades come in. The trick here was to wait until they pass and then jump across, whilst also snagging the crystal. Okay guys, so I'm gonna try and do this yet again in a safer way than what I just pulled off. But hey, the achievement unlocked. Oh, that's a cool bit of detail. Never noticed. Anywho, I'll see you back at this spot. Okay guys, we're back here. We picked up the small medpack. Let us fix all our mistakes. Why not? And let's see how successful I'll be this time. Shouldn't be too difficult to repeat our success. And you know what? Whilst getting on the other side like this, I would like to snag that crystal. I think this is much better. Okay, Miss Croft, please make a step here. Whoa, that was close. And now for the final button. And crisscrossing our way through whilst using the slope to get a buff. And this, I believe, was also under 40 seconds. So, much safer method to crisscross. By the way, very vicious trap, but very easy to cheat your way around, because this right here is a block that can be pulled out and stop the spiky wall. Much easier alternative to pulling 3 levers inside this room, although apparently it is possible without taking damage. Never managed to pull it off myself, but hey, here we are. This is an easier method. Nothing behind the movable block in case you're wondering. So let's just bring the ceiling down. Okay. And for the final and third one. There we go. And now we'll be facing sort of the final trap gauntlet. Nothing to write home about, really. Oh, you know what? Let's do our safer safety drop just to conserve health. Also, conserving health in this level doesn't really matter. The final boss is one of those that will instantly kill you, so your health bar is pretty much meaningless. It's just about not getting hit. Oh, and look here. Another breakaway tile that is sturdy and not breakable yet. So let's cross here, flip that switch, and what I would like to do, you know what? Let's try and pull this off without saving. Okay, okay. Woo! Ha! The crystal's ours. And now we have some unfinished business with all these breakaway tiles. Seriously, that one achievement in Tomb Raider 1 Remastered just turned it into challenges across all games. Well, to be fair, I would have done it anyway because of the focus on breakables in Tomb Raider 4 Last Revelation, but next year, more about that. And there we go, we broke all breakaway tiles, but our path is blocked. Oh no, what are we to do? Well, it's fairly easy. You can sort of just shimmy around, okay? Now the part I'm really worried about, because it's what keeps us from making a save before the final boss, is another 3 blow dart warriors that we'll have to face at the very end. Desert Eagle is the obvious choice here, but... yeah, you know what, I'm gonna Desert Eagle them and hope we don't get poisoned. There should be one coming from the right. Oh, you think I cannot see you, huh? Peering from around the corner? Well, these guys are really sneaky. Oh no, Lara, you misfired Desert Eagle shot. That is so expensive. Not that you care about money, but hey, the rest of us do. Gosh darn it, Miss Croft. Okay, but hey, waiting here apparently is a good strategy. Now, be on the lookout for a small med pack that one of these guys dropped, okay? Just completely randomly like that. Now, you can already make it to the final boss, but remember, this level's one and only secret is right over here. Okay, but yeah. So as you can tell, this is a very short, brief level, since we're gonna get the secret. Oh, by the way, there's... Is it just me, or is there way more light all of a sudden than it was the first time we were here? Oh, maybe I'm just misremembering a bit. I don't think so. Okay, and now, is this tall enough to grab that? Yes, just right, perfect. And guys, this is one of the most awesome secrets in the entire game. Please don't miss it, even if you don't care about all the secrets and achievements, because there is a plethora of Desert Eagle clips. My goodness, and you will need them in Antarctica, believe me. There we go, and Codex of Polynesia is ours. Collect all secrets in South Pacific levels. Always love to unlock the shiny, rare Steam achievements. This golden glow that surrounds them and that sound. That's just so dopaminic for me. See? I told you. So many Desert Eagle bullets. 30. That's gonna set us for like essentially 1 or 2 levels in its entirety if we were to use no other weapon. It's glorious. And you know what? Let's do this. We shouldn't take damage. Wonderful. Okay, final boss, and the only achievement, other than beating the South Pacific chapter, the Ora Dagger one, is the Faceless Death. And this one asks us to beat the final boss without killing any auras. See, the thing about the final boss here is that they will summon, I assume it's a dude, he will summon those lizards infinitely if you let him. And the trick here is you need to beat him without killing those lizards. The problem is once he summons a single lizard, he will be invincible until you do away with them. So what you actually need to do is, well, for starters, get your rocket launcher out. Okay? That's essentially the trick to this. And I'm gonna save the game here. I'm gonna try and hit him with 1 or 2 rockets and then finish him off with Desert Eagle clips. But there are only a few frames where you can hit him, and that's only when he's summoning lightning to strike you, when he opens up and sort of lowers his shields to use the energy output to essentially summon lightning at you. Think of it like a spaceship battle or something like that. Okay, maybe I'm making it worse with this analogy. You know what? Let me show you rather than tell you. So, with a trusty rocket launcher, let's get into the chamber. By the way, goes without saying, you slide down, and my goodness, it's all over. Look at all these skulls and faces. The remaster actually made it look even deeper than it really is, which is awesome. And we get a light source over here, which was just a flat texture. Now it actually leads outside to a skybox. And this really reminds me of the Lost Valley skybox. Anywho, guys, I'm not going to distract you any further, but what I want to do is take a picture of the final boss. There he is, probably the leader of the local tribe wearing a mask. He's on a swiveling chair with the Ora Dagger, the piece of meteorite stuck in it, and 3 creepy faces surrounding it. Oh, there's one over here as well. And there is an eye. So this way, apparently, he sees us as long as he's seated. We're not surprising him, he'll be the one surprising us. And there's the Ora Dagger in its sort of original glory. I think this is really worthwhile taking a snapshot of in both the original and remastered graphics. So, let's see it. There we go. And yeah, I would like to capture also the light being cast through the shaft. This makes this guy look a bit more badass. Now, I'm not really sure if this guy's name is Puna, and that's why the temple is called Puna, but according to what the tribal said to us at the end of the crash side level, their leader Maoki was born without face. That was back in Antarctica millennia ago. Okay, so these are the descendants of that. But maybe even this guy is somehow hideously deformed and hence the mask. Maybe he doesn't even have a face. Maybe he's blind and only able to see through the chair. I don't know. I have so many questions, but some mysteries will just never be resolved. The moment you approach it thinking, oh, let's snatch that Ora Dagger from him, he's gonna turn around. And if you're gonna fire at him, don't waste ammo. He's gonna be quite invincible. Okay, guys? So let's just be very careful. Okay. Wonderful. Lara, Desert Eagle. Oh no, we missed the opportunity. And now, my friends, he will be invincible until you defeat the lizard, which will fail the Faceless Death achievement. Now, how soon and early he decides to summon one of these lizards, unfortunately, I cannot help you there. But what works for me after a couple of attempts is manage to fire off 2 rockets, immediately go for the Desert Eagle, and indiscriminately fire at him. And this works for me. Now, how many attempts this is gonna take, I do not know. But just to show you, he is quite invincible. See, there's no lowering his shields levels. So my friends, I'm gonna reload and try this with our rocket launcher again. Alrighty. So let's summon the bastard. Let's summoneth him. Okay, excellent. And Desert Eagle, quick, Miss Croft. Gosh darn it. Ah, and we were so close. Miss Croft? Gosh darn it. Now guys, I'm gonna try this a bit differently. I think we've spent a lot of time doing nothing, switching to the Desert Eagle. Despite the fact it worked for me a couple of times, let's try to finish this guy off just with grenade launcher. Sorry, rocket launcher. Okay, and when he'll start summoning... Yes! We did it! Defeat Puna without killing any auras. Oh, that reminds me. So this guy's name must be Puna. It's nice to have it officially confirmed, I guess. Although they did call those crazies outside of Nevada Desert the damn workers, so yeah. Okay, guys, so let's also pick up the 2 small health packs. And it's all about timing that rocket launcher strike when he's about to lower his shields. It's a bit tricky, but eventually you'll get the hang of it, and thankfully while summoning the aura, he again becomes vulnerable. And we saved up some of that time via not switching to Desert Eagle, so hey, maybe even a better strategy, just stick to the rocket launcher. And now this action music triggers. Okay, that's a bit funny. Anywho guys, I'm gonna make an extremely satisfying level and save here, and a chapter and save here, because the moment we pick this up, we'll finish South Pacific and move on to London. There we go. So there we go. Also, Ora Dagger achievement, finish South Pacific chapter. So this was it. With my then repeat when dying to the blade trap, it only took us 7.5 minutes. We found this level's one and only secret. It's both crystals, 11 goodies and 8 kills. And we didn't rack up our kill count well, using any of those auras as easy targets, and I'm happy about that. I'd rather have them removed from the overall statistics, and you can just rack up an infinite number of them here. And it will just lead to more inaccurate statistics in the long run, okay? We also didn't use any medpack, although in this level that's not particularly challenging. The challenge is to avoid getting poisoned. We broke a ton of breakable objects, well, as far as Tomb Raider 3 is concerned, because most of its levels have none, and we have unlocked all 4 achievements. Guys, I hope you enjoyed today's level. Before we say goodbye to one another, I would like to say thanks to my absolutely amazing patrons. Blangupel, Mick, Severin Drax, Enstickle, Katie Danger, and Poother2. Thank you guys so much for being my loyal Winstons, and for pouring myself and Lara some New Year's Eve champagne. Cheers! I would also like to give big thanks to my caretaker Winstons, Michael McConkey, Caravetu, Renegade Derny, and Blanket Fox. Thank you guys so much for your support of the channel, and also for using your prosthetic teeth to suck the blow dart poison from Lara's body. We could have definitely seen she got hit by a blow dart, but she did not get poisoned thanks to a quick intervention. I would also like to give special thanks to both of my brave veteran Winstons, Andrea Paviglianiti and Alexander. Thank you guys so much for your generous support of the channel, and also for rollerblading with young Lara across the Croft Manor. This way we were able to dodge those spinning wheels and unlock No Time for Rollerblading achievement. And finally, I would like to give one very special thanks to my one and only fine vintage Winston, Akira Foxmind. Thank you so much for your long and generous support of the channel throughout 2024, and also in this episode specifically, thank you for tying up Puna directly onto his chair, limiting his power somewhat to summoning lightning and summoning lizards. I don't even want to imagine what kind of powers the guy would have if you haven't secured him onto that chair, and with your assistance, we were able to blow him to smithereens. And on a final note, I'd like to say thanks to my free Patreon members as well as to you guys for watching. Thank you so much for being with me here at the end of 2024, and may 2025 be better. And you know what? I'm gonna steal a couple of moments of your time just to share some cool things. We've essentially, throughout this year, covered the entirety of Tomb Raider 1 Remastered with all its achievements leading to Platinum. We have done multiple playthroughs of it for Pistols Only speedrun for New Game Plus. We unlocked all achievements in the Unfinished Business expansion. We've then given my absolute favorite, Tomb Raider 2, the exact same treatment. All the achievements, speedrun, Pistols Only, New Game Plus mode, and all achievements from the Golden Mask expansion. And we moved on to Tomb Raider 3, and we've pretty much now closed half of Tomb Raider 3, at least as far as the number of levels is concerned. Now, one other thing, in case you guys are using Steam by any chance for your PC gaming, in case you're not playing exclusively on consoles, Steam released this awesome review summary for 2024, and I wanted to share this mosaic because I feel like it really captures my main focus of the channel throughout this year. Just look at this gorgeous mosaic of achievements. Now, unfortunately, this summary was released even before I recorded the first South Pacific level, so it only captures Nevada levels, not the South Pacific ones. But still, I think it captures especially Tomb Raider 1 and Tomb Raider 2 Remastered with their expansions quite well. And you know what? One thing I'm wondering about is if next year, this same time, we'll be looking at a mosaic quite like this, containing Tomb Raider 4, 5, and perhaps a couple of Tomb Raider 6 achievements just like that. I really hope that will be the case. Furthermore, with your support guys, I've been able, and listen to this, to create 93 videos throughout 2024, which is absolutely incredible and an insane rate for me, especially given my videos take quite a lot of time to do and are long themselves. And that essentially means a new video every 4 days, even better than once per week basis. And that's despite multiple of my challenges I faced this year. And I wouldn't really be able to do it without your support, guys. I really appreciate it. I hope you'll be around for 2025. And I'm not necessarily saying I want to top that number and hit 100 videos next year, but accidents do happen, and well, I might accidentally end up doing that. We'll see. I'll be really looking forward to a summary quite like this at the end of the year 2025. So until then, guys, thank you so much. Now, I will just ask you for patience. It will take me a little while before you'll see the next video, our first one from 2025. We will be tackling the London chapter of the game, and that's because, given I found out about the 2 compy kills in Crash Site level that I talked about in the Madubu Gorge video, after I have already recorded Madubu Gorge and Temple of Puna, that essentially means I now have to go back and replay, after snagging those 2 kills, the Madubu Gorge and Temple of Puna levels in their entirety without using medpacks and preserving roughly the same amount of ammo before I'll see you in London. Okay, so I'm just gonna ask you for a bit of patience, but I think it's all gonna be worth it when we'll see that final stat screen at the very end. Okay guys, that's it from me. Enjoy in case you have some festivities, your New Year's Eve festivities. I actually need to run in an hour to join a particular house party. And yeah, I'm really working with a tight schedule today. In case you guys will be spending the New Year's Eve in some peace and quiet and alone, that's also awesome, and I hope my videos accompanied you at least a little. Or in case you'll be spending them with your loved ones or family, enjoy that time. And we'll see each other in London in 2025. Until then, guys, I wish you Happy New Year and also happy raiding.